Jesus fucking Christ.
Hello, everybody. This is Bronco Juggalo and the Super Slash Brothers. Welcome
Hello.
to Slash Bros on Sopranos.
Yes.
Today we are doing 2 episodes. We're doing season 1,
Good
episode 2.
idea. Sorry.
We are doing 46 long, and then we are doing episode 3, which is Denial.
Sorry.
Denial, Anger, and Acceptance.
Yes.
I know that these episodes for me are. I love the first season. I know. What about you guys?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's the season that really hooked me in. You know, like I said, this first few episodes are what made me love the show in the first place.
What? Yeah. Yeah, I like this show too as well. I actually experienced this with a friend of mine who is no longer with us, because we were both sitting and getting chemo and all that kind of stuff, and he's the one that introduced me to the Sopranos.
That's cool.
So bittersweet, but
And they're also the ones who told us to go to.
Well, in these episodes, we get brief introductions and, very brief introductions to Jackie Aprile.
Yeah.
Who's not long for the show, unfortunately. We get a little more detail into some of our characters. And we just get to have a little fun because I know that especially with this episode, with the next 4 episodes, really, I love the dynamic between Junior, Tony, and Mikey Palmisi in the anger, and in the scheming and the trying to figure each other out and everything.
just to let you know real quick, not to interrupt you, but you're probably going to be hearing feedback because I had to shut my phone off because it wouldn't get onto YouTube. So,
Good.
Pain in the ass.
Everybody, we're at 1 second on season 1, episode 2, 46 long. Right when the HBO thing goes. If anybody wants to join us, that is where we are at. We'll wait a few minutes and then we will go get on with it. You guys have any overarching thoughts on these episodes?
They're good.
It's funny when, now I've seen them, I've seen every episode like 1,000 times, but it's like I always forget that Brendan Filone doesn't start until episode 2 too. For some reason, I always remembered him being in the pilot, even though he's not. So I like that you get that dynamic too of like Christopher with like a partner.
And we get Drea DiMatteo back as Adriana, not just as hostess.
And I like to sort of the foreshadowing with Christopher and Brendan, like how later on you have like, Bevilacqua and like that crew, and then later on Jackie Aprile, and it's like this is like kind of like the first time we see like this, like these 2 young guys trying to, get into the crew.
Hey, Danny. I have a question for Craig. I did not get a notification on your Vinegar Syndrome, and when you sent me a link in my chat this morning, I wanted to show that you actually got the view and that I can actually comment on it. So I don't. Maybe Brad can send me your channel name, unless. Oh, wait a minute. There we go. Okay, never mind. I just subscribed to you because apparently it's a completely different channel. If any of you guys ever send me something through Messenger and I go to watch your video, it will not let me subscribe. It will not let me ring the bell, and it also won't let me comment unless I actually go to it on YouTube.
Mm.
You have to hit those 3 dots up there that say open in Chrome or open in web browser.
Oh, I didn't know that. So I will watch it later, Craig.
I also love how they are still sticking a lot with the Godfather and Goodfellow references in the early episodes.
Yeah, definitely.
the Mo Green special, things like that.
Yep.
Was that done purposely?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I noticed that in the pilot. Kind of
Part of
met-
it is because so many of the people in the show worked on Goodfellas.
Yeah, Goodfellas had 27 of the same cast members between Sopranos and Goodfellas.
Nice.
And then Godfather, I mean, even, Junior was in Godfather too, Johnny Ola.
Right.
In between the episodes, I'm gonna eat a little spaghetti myself. So
Alrighty.
Craig said it makes him hungry.
You
So
gonna watch with us, Danny?
I just got back from Sunday dinner too at my parents' house.
On the other Danny, but okay.
Chicken cutlets?
No, we had pasta, meatballs, sausage, salad.
Joe? You know your icon, I can actually see your face now.
It's blurred.
Not much. I can see it. Unless my eyes are just that fucked
Yeah, he's
up.
so bearded, you can't see what he looks like anyways.
I can see him.
His bearded face looks nothing like his other face.
Okay.
You think it does? I don't think it does.
Well, he didn't change the top half of his face. He didn't get plastic
Brandon.
surgery or anything. So, just draw a beard on him like in the old crime shows.
Well, the little magnet games you used to have as like a kid. The Wooly Willy.
Yeah, Wooly Willy is still in the bathroom in my daughter's house.
Really?
Yeah, Brett plays with it while he's on the toilet. Don't ask.
Yeah, I really wanted to know that when I gave it to him too. But he said, "Oh, take this in the
Well,
bathroom."
once again, everybody, we are at 1 second. And for those of you that want to join us in watching of season 1, episode 2, 46 long, and then we will take a short break, and then we'll watch episode 3.
Yeah.
So
As long as we're done by like 9:30, because tonight I really do have to pick up my son because I had Aaron do it yesterday. But we got plenty of time. These are 2 of the shorter episodes in the series too.
Yep.
So what made you join us today, Jay? What made you decide to join us?
Didn't you want me to join you last time?
Yeah, but I didn't think you were going to, so just I thought you were just going to do the chat.
Oh, I can do that.
No, you're fine.
No, I mean it kind of makes sense anyway at the end of your video the other day. So that little what did you do? You put a promo up? My favorite one?
I used the promo that we used.
Right.
Brandon, I haven't been on, Brandon. When I get on, I'm sure they're there. I haven't been on Twitter in a couple
Are you
days.
talking about the one with the 2 of us or the 3 of us? I used the one with the 3 of us.
I must be blind then.
So,
I used the one with the 3 of us.
is this episode 2?
Episode 2, yeah.
46 long. I like this one. We were just talking about Tony's suits and stuff too in the pilot, which is kind of funny because it kind of ties into this. You want to start in like a minute, 7:15 or 5:15 your time? Yeah.
Well, I might have to rewind a little bit because. All right. I'll be back at 1 second.
I heard that, Craig. That sucks, Craig. All right, thanks, Brandon. Yeah, I'll definitely check. I haven't, like I said, I haven't been on. I don't always check Twitter for some reason.
Oh, and I forgot to do this Friday, but I want to give a shout out real quick to John Kyle Stanton, who is in the hospital right now. Hope you feel better.
Yeah.
Feel better, John. Oh, super chat. I figured out how to get the super chat.
I guess Brandon didn't want to stick around for the stream.
Just not.
No. All right, guys, you ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to count it down. Press play on go. 3, 2, 1, go.
John died. Life in prison. No chance of jail. We've seen arrest, prosecution, or elsewhere.
Well, I love this opening sequence, Joe, how they're talking about, how the mob is not doing well, but yet here's all this money on the table.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just so awesome. And then you got Chris doing the typical thing in the background. He's not counting money. He's lifting his weight, smoking his cigarette. And,
Then you have Sil come in and do the Godfather 3.
So, Jimmy left. When I was out,
They pulled me back in.
I love that.
Former soldier in the Genovese family.
Guys, if I mute, it's because I still have a bit of a cough.
Do you agree with U.S. Attorney Bob? The party's over. He is a wise guy. Please elaborate. It's not like it was. Well, Mexico's a huge in that. Fascinating, because they work for I mean, now, do I mean that organized crime is just want to pack its bags, terrorism, and go to many to build over? So they're not going away. What the fuck are you talking about? Mexican. What about
Yeah, Danny, that is the only episode that they do.
all the cell phones?
This is the only one that does this. TV.
Sorry,
I love how they're talking about cloning cell phones when that's such an issue now.
Yep.
What if they had clone Princess Di? But the heyday, the golden age, or whatever of the mob.
I'm synced up perfectly with somebody because I'm hearing it coming out of one of your speakers perfectly.
That's me.
And they have only themselves to blame. Not phenomenal. What happened? They made this guy get on by the word? I think it's drug trafficking. Oh. You're looking at a mandatory 35 for life in prison. The guys started to rat on each other just so they could avoid prosecution.
Yeah, we were talking about that right before. I was like, wait, it does start, is my thing? I can remember.
The only one.
This is one of the few episodes where the show starts before the theme song.
Yep.
Your mother was working the bomb pocket session at the Eiffel Tower. So, do you hear what I told him? Told him I went over for a blowjob. Your mother was working the bomb pocket session. People wrong as my leg at one point. The mayor of New York, that's the guy least likely to get called. So, the code of silence or the omerta, or whatever you want to call it, just went by the boards. You're always going to have organized crime. Always. As long as the human being has certain appetites for gambling, pornography, or whatever, someone's always going to surface to serve these needs. Always. I thought I was out. Yeah, fool me.
I love that.
All right.
It's funny how you do see that change in Chris too as the seasons go on, especially in the 1, 2, and 3 when he finally gets made.
Yeah.
Like even in his dress, everything now he's very young dress. He's very
Hey, Tim.
track suits and shit like that.
Mm.
He goes farther and farther, more suits, more Hello, Tim. Join us. We're on season 2, or season 1, episode 2.
Hey, Tim.
We're on the theme song right now, so you got the second to join us.
Yeah. Oh, that?
And now it's Satriale's, Joe.
I know, which is funny because even in the pilot, he drives by Satriales, but it's Centani's in.
It's because they didn't have, they made
Exactly.
this part after.
Yeah, they filmed it after. Yeah. It's just funny.
And so when they aired it, it all aired together. So
You ever notice too? They filmed it during the winter because you can see a wreath on the door of the Sopranos house when he pulls up.
take top off. You got DVD players in back?
DVD player.
Only people get hurt the ones who try to be fucking jerk
Who knows what kind of gun he's carrying there?
Come on, he's got a DVD player.
That is a 50 cal Desert Eagle.
Your ass. Okay, but you gotta time me up. You gonna be a jerk off now? My boss is gonna think I'm in on it.
That's a big fucking gun. It's not really a conspicuous gun either.
I've got some in the cab, please. I need this job. Okay, Jesus Christ, get on the road. Look, I don't really want to give up the route. There's no way I could walk away unscathed without being fired. You want to be scathed? Yes, so it looks like I didn't give up what I was talking.
You want to be scathed?
Sit up. No way.
Oh, shit. My bad, Jay. I must have picked the wrong one. I thought I picked the other one.
Mr. Miller, my science teacher, he got his car stolen.
The car, right?
From where? His house? Right from his parking spot in school. A Saturn. He only had it like a year. So security people just scored up. So, did you hear what Anthony Jr. just said?
Now you officially have the set of the house instead of the real house, the inside anyway.
He's just some science teacher.
Well, the Miller told his tale.
She wasn't here earlier.
You're a brother, Dad. He just bought that car a year ago.
Rip on the couch.
Insurance will pay.
They don't get full value. These poor teachers, they don't make a lot.
So you work for summer vacation.
Maybe you could help find it.
Funny. I thought I told you I changed my name from LoJack to Anthony Soprano.
Laugh, I thought
What's he eating, Joe or Jay? Can you tell?
He's got the body shop. He couldn't ask around. I'm like,
Is he eating?
She's like, oh, it's pizza breakfast sausage.
Yeah, it's sausage, yeah.
I was like, what the hell is he eating?
See right here.
that's not what I meant. He's got to work for his grades. Sometimes
First, to go sleep, whatever. There's the water. I'm going back to bed. See you later.
Let me read this.
Always a good scene. Always a good scene when the bada bing girls are dancing.
Yeah. I'll be right back. Home, these new phone systems hold conference. Sometimes I get confused.
It's funny too how if you notice on the wall it says Satin Dolls, just like the name of the real club.
Jesus Christ.
Also, the name of a Duke Ellington song, probably my favorite by him.
I love this line from Brendan Falone. I love this line. Not this one.
Way improved.
This next line.
Pop up some other record boxes and listen to the Men in Black.
I used to be an installed. I just like that. I don't know why, but I do.
Why can't you be? We discussed that. I was just gonna come look at it. Guess they got it. Field said, take it over there. So, you press hold.
He must have the same problems on that as Jason. You know, old people can't work phones.
What's his plan? He's a good kid, but I don't like that methamphetamine. Fuck, I gotta call my mother.
Whoa.
The mushrooms.
Oh, look who called.
The wall's turning black.
I was wondering when you were going to call.
I wonder if she used that knife to cut him because that's not the right kind of knife.
I called you yesterday, remember? You were supposed to call me back?
I phoned your house. Some operator answered the call. I couldn't understand a word she was saying.
Well, I was going to tell you, there's still an operator that's an answering machine.
Oh, thanks. let me try to eat off of this.
But you're like two peas in a pod. She can't master the phone either, but she's 70 years old. What's your fucking excuse?
What's she doing now?
Yeah. She stops everything. She totally forgets what she's doing to go. Lady.
What is she doing now? She goes, she's fucking delivering mail.
Oh my god.
Ma.
Oh boy.
No.
Oh, that makes it worse.
Oh no.
The comedian guy? Which comedian guy we're talking about? We're talking about the guy that for Richie. That's in season 2.
The mushrooms, they're on fire.
I'm gonna get the fire extinguisher under the sink.
Or are you talking about the comedian guy where
I'm gonna hang up and call 911.
where they're talking?
Why? You press hold, goddammit. Listen, Ma, I can't come over. I'm 40 minutes away. You hang up and you call 911 and you rip the house.
Look at how I live.
Ma, hang up and call 911.
She cares more about complaining than doing whatever she's got to do.
Oh my god.
She's calling 911. Can you get over there, please?
Yeah, I'm on my way.
Thank you, baby. Search. Listen, I can't talk to you right now. I gotta go to an outside line. Give me a number. All right. I'll call you back.
Is your mom okay?
Shit, can I go on like this?
Hey, T. This teacher, they stole his card. You got a plate number?
Call my wife.
Have a nice day, man.
Thanks, Phil.
No problem.
Mom, I wish you would let me get somebody in here to help you. You shouldn't be alone. With the housework, I have my ways. A stranger could care less about doing. Can I tell you something, though, Ma? You need company. Now, don't start with that nursing home business again. This is not a nursing home. It is a retirement community. Want to make a little pesky, a little something in your
Are you
stomach?
serious? I just went and took a piss a few minutes ago. Now I feel like I gotta go again.
I
What year
told
did
you,
Sopranos start?
and I've told you many times.
Joe. What year did The Sopranos start?
Come and live with us.
I think it premiered in '99.
99.
I just invited you to come and share my
The pilot was filmed in '97.
Yep.
leave this place that my husband and I share.
2 years?
And it takes place in 97, 98.
Wow.
The first season takes place in 97.
2 years.
That's some of my
Something happened. I don't remember what it was, but
having those fits.
something slowed it down. Or they
Wait a minute. What's the writer's strike?
And then it was like 11 or 12 months later. Yes, I think it was the writer's strike. They weren't sure if they were going to get picked up till after that, and they did. And then like 11 or 12 months later, they came back to do the rest.
They're not waiting for blood. Hold the rest here.
He's my favorite.
Hey.
Pussy.
What's that?
Big pussy.
Going to break here, boss. Shop like one going in. We said some guys going to this these places trying to hold the parts. Are you telling everybody this fucking cuts for Tony Soprano and leave it all in one piece?
Yeah, sure. It's good kids teach.
My guy said that one of those footballs had a uniform on from what fuck? Whatever.
What the hell?
I guess the guy wrote this now. What chunk of everyone
Deep Throat, The Quest?
fucking rock throw you.
I love this part, dude. Don't you, Joe?
It's awesome.
Jay, you remember this part?
It's been a long time.
Hold got any just for
Yeah, I love Paulie, man. Paulie's so awesome.
well,
Over there. On me in the door, one single person. Where'd you love it?
let me ask you. My wife was in the body shop around the corner on Buckshot Avenue the other day. The guy in front of her leaves, and she sees he dropped his money clip. But he was ready for it.
Right, like anybody that works at that place has a money clip
She
like
said he
that.
was wearing a uniform like that there. Real black hair, she said, 12, little earring.
I'm sorry, sir, but his goes everywhere.
That's all we got.
That's supposed to be Starbucks.
Fucking Italian people.
There we go.
What? Fucking espresso, cappuccino. We invented this shit. And all these other cocksuckers getting richer. It's not just a money. It's a pride thing. All our food. Pizza, calzones, buffalo mozzarella, olive. These fucks have nothing. They eat pussy before we give them a gift of our cuisine. This
I love how he's just like looking up at his face, like, whatever, dude, don't care.
we have somebody coming in. Carmel called an agency and he sent them this Trinidadian woman. No matter what I do, I feel guilty. Well, the real reason is I know I can't let her live with us.
It doesn't seem very practical given her personality.
What's my wife? She won't allow.
Where are your sisters in all this?
Oh, they cut it off with her a long time ago. No way she's fucking with them.
So you're carrying all this guilt. When your mother.
It's funny how Tony is kind of putting it off on Carmela, but the truth is he doesn't want his mother to live with him.
But she's not good. You're supposed to take care of your mother. She's a little old lady.
Not to you. She's very powerful.
Bullshit.
You afford this little old lady an almost mystical ability to wreak havoc.
Let me tell you something. You definitely don't want to get her started.
There are some people who are not ideal candidates for parenthood.
Come on. You know, sweetie pie.
What were some of the good experiences you remember as a child? Loving warmth.
Hello, dear.
He did.
And what could without the show of 68, 69, the whole family. My father, he tripped and he fell down the stairs, and we were all laughing. The whole family was laughing. My mother was laughing.
Any other loving experiences?
I love the way she says that, kind of sarcastic, like, really?
Mhm.
And people that
Him falling down the stairs, that's the
Yeah.
loving thing about her?
I complained about her, and I let my wife exclude her from my home.
So he brings her flowers.
Hey, Ma! You heard that?
Yes.
Tony Soprano.
No smoking the ganja.
Thank you. It's right here.
Oh, no, I mean,
Yeah, and look what he brought.
Listen. Good luck. I was just listening to get my money. Okay. Hey, Ma! Yoli!
Damn.
How old's it Delphiniums? You know, Frankie Valley, when he did this Jersey? This is the flower speaker.
You good one? You want me to put them on the dining room table, Olivia? Make sure the bottom of that face isn't wet. Would you like some tweezers?
Cool. Right. How's it going today?
She's staring.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
She wants any year old lady shit.
She seems like
I know what that means.
She doesn't.
I've been around enough Italians.
It's an offensive
No,
stereotype.
how dare you use that language?
sure you didn't give it to one of the relatives. Keep forcing your possessions on people thinking you're gonna die.
I wish it was tomorrow.
Is this the one that you saw, the older one, the other day?
What is she?
House at the end of the street.
She's happy, Mom.
Oh, no. Completely different movie.
Anthony, I don't want her around here.
That's the one with Jennifer Lawrence.
No, I'm not giving it to you this time. She stays.
She's got that look on her face like, how dare you tell me no?
Last House on the Left we watched the other day.
Your uncle called.
There's so many of them.
Uncle Joe?
He sounded agitated.
Jackie, you're the boss. Tell him to get a coffee truck in the way.
First time we see Jackie.
Truck.
Yeah.
21 fucking years. Comedy been putting food on my plate. Protection money. Wow.
I always wondered where Jackie did this, kind of like Tony does it in the club over here.
Fucking funny boy too now.
That's after all.
Jackie, you go and open me up and settle the thing just the two of you. I'll be glad to do a fucking sit down. You got fucking sure Howard's working for you. You don't control. Here we go. Here we go. Jackie, you got a roll?
The kids are with that truck, they make restitution to Joe.
Done. Stop. First of all, this fucking fucking loose cannon. And I'm only kidding. I should get him out of the sick bed.
Fuck that shit.
Remember when Rosalie gives the priest Jackie's watch?
Mm-hmm.
It's not that watch.
Hey, Ben. I may be acting your boss for a little man to guest of the government, but with somebody cut my bowels because they don't obey. That fucking came up. Maybe I should name the successor.
Day and age? Who wants the fucking job?
You know what's funny is I actually believe that he means it at this point. You know what I mean?
Mm.
He doesn't really want it. Even later on, a little later when Jackie is about to die, he doesn't want it.
I gotta go.
I mean, he actually means it the whole time because that's why he puts Junior as boss and he just gets the advantages while Junior gets the blame, you know?
Well, he tried to get Raymond to take it too, remember?
Yeah.
You know, he didn't really want to be boss. And,
It's for his own mother.
How's the boy?
Hey, Mike, that's the boy. What boy is that, Tom? The one you sleep with. Oh.
Damn.
No, just kidding. How you doing? I'm all right. I'm going to go treat you. And we'll cover everything. Let's do shots or something. Fine. What kind of little show you talking about? It's muscular history. It's too bad they don't have a telephone for fuckface service, huh? You trying to kill you?
he's like, no, he doesn't even know what he said.
All right. You all right? Yeah, I'm all right. You all right? You all right? Yeah, I'll see you later.
Yeah, I like that one, Danny.
I love this part.
Also, the description does work in the same branch. His name is Eduardo Arnez. Him and his gay lover both work.
For those that don't know, we're at the scene where they're back in a coffee shop and he's about to steal a coffee pot.
Boy, you listening to me?
Yeah.
Oh, get with the rape of the culture. Ready and get this over with.
I love how pissed off he is about it.
Yeah. I love how he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't look around and see anybody watching him, nothing. He's
These $1 million franchisees that are making money off of the
Can we
fucking-
find these Spice Girls, get this over with? Yeah, out of all the stuff in there, he steals that.
What'd she say?
That's it.
You say something to her? I know how to talk to people. These blacks. Who knows what they're going to take the wrong way? So she's gone.
She knows what's
Damn.
funny. She knows what she's doing.
On this Tuesday morning, here's Heather in the chopper.
I'll wait over here on the west side of the plate meter again this morning is the inbound lane is Colonel. About a 25-minute range, you're approaching it via Route 3. The queues are beginning just before the Bergen Viaduct.
You've got
goddamn lunch hours yesterday. Why didn't you pay the man his restitution?
Restitution, okay. You know how much you want, your uncle?
$15. Hey, you got the wrong truck? That's what happened.
I didn't notice you rushing to give back your fucking DVD player.
As a matter of fact, I'm enjoying it very much. Screened the bank dick last night. Did you warble, my little ram?
I'm not gonna pay.
Oh, yeah?
I'm serious.
No, serious is what happens if you don't pay. By my hand.
In my thoughts, I use the technique of positive visualization. How come I always feel undermined? By what I did on the Triborough Tower situation alone, I should have been made right then, boom. No, I'm fucking serious, Tony.
The books are closed.
Did you talk to Jackie about me?
They're not accepting any new members. Okay? You know, you got a reputation for immaturity. And it's not going to be improved by not paying the tributes the acting boss demands of you.
What's my ass? Oh, come on. Everybody knows you really run things since Jackie became Chemo 7.
Open the fucking door. Open the fucking door!
Yeah, to me, it's like Johnny didn't fucking kill him.
All right. But 15 grand is too much.
I'll tell you what. You give me the 15K. I'll talk to Uncle Junior personally. And maybe I can get it to around 10. One more thing. You leave Conley Trucking and every other fucking item on this planet that belongs to my Uncle Junior, including his hemorrhoid donut, the fuck alone. Got it? You can warble, my little friend.
What do you think his commission will pay?
2-3 grand, 10 to Junior. We're lucky we net $500 from the whole thing.
Oh,
This is great.
who is it? How about I'm gonna give Ramesh that? What? Ramesh. Mr. Hernandez, what do you want? You see the school teachers sack around here? Come here. Anybody else here, Desi?
Desi.
Yep.
Here comes Wolfie now.
People at the airport now are always there. Daddy, boys,
Is that Mike Epps?
a couple of days ago.
No,
I said, yeah, I'm not sure. I said the same thing though.
That's Mike Epps.
it looks like. Is it him?
That's got to be Mike Epps.
It looks like him.
Yeah, it does. That's what Danny was talking about, the comedian.
No, he was talking about the stand-up guy.
Oh.
You boys put real close to my week.
I love how there were no lines or no ad-libbing, honestly. I like ad-libbing, but it just shows how good the writers really were for the show.
Fucking car's been chopped, fucking useless now. That's not it. Then why is that car inside there? You see it? That Dodge?
I mean, they wrote some great lines.
The fucking plate number I've been carrying in my shirt all week. I don't know. Let me tell you what's going to happen here. The two of you are climbing over that fence.
Yeah.
One of you stays with us while the other goes out on the street and boots another satin.
Dad,
Know the old man pretty good, huh?
don't look so sad. They were cute. Remember how pissed you were about the pool filter?
So they're coming here, huh? What you think?
I really wasn't into it.
What time's your grandma get?
She had to drive Mary to the doctor's. Then she is picking up my mother and father, and they're coming here. They're each going to bring some main crust.
You know, I complain about my mother all the time about how she just sits at home, feels sorry for herself. But she's always ready to drive those old two friends of hers around.
Once I can't drive anymore, proud of it. Gives me hope.
My star legend.
Oh boy.
I feel so bad for him because he really does try to make it work with her, you know?
Well, even in the movie, I like that scene with them when she makes him the burger.
Why do you noise before you open the front door? You never know who's in
Hey,
there.
Joe.
There's my
Hmm.
small ledger.
Which Mike Epps? He plays Jerome.
Yeah, I know. I just checked. Yeah, crazy.
Real skinny, though.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Broken wrist on his third column. Minor concussion.
What about the other one?
Hip.
Damn. Been there.
Hospital till 2 in the morning.
Is that how it happened to you?
I wish.
And the staff chair and
They said have a good story.
They're saying that she should have been the moment. She can't manage.
Well, you can always make it up and just say, Corinne hit you with the car.
I could.
You say she's very healthy and home.
Like a bull. Why?
I'm just thinking. And I know there are other doctors who are right there, but you know from your own life that depression can cause accidents, poor performance, or worse.
So what are you saying? That unconsciously you tried to whack her best friend?
It's interesting that you would even take that from what I said. Either way, she could need a change in her living situation, be around more people.
Well, we were looking at Green Grove.
Beautiful facility. It's more like a hotel or Captain Antibes.
What is Captain T? Has anybody been there?
Mm-mm.
Or know where it's at?
Well, she needs to be made to see the distinction. That in fact she's embarking on her
Like
own.
later on, he says Captain Teeps.
I know seniors who are there.
I don't know. A captain owns luxury hotels.
I know the real one's in France. I mean, that's why none of us have done that.
Ladies,
Interesting fact about this scene coming up.
What, the Scorsese scene?
Good evening. Whoa. Wow. Martin!
That is not Martin Scorsese.
No kidding.
It's a Martin Scorsese lookalike.
It's a lookalike, yep.
Professional Martin Scorsese lookalike.
He looks good, too.
So my boy Conley said there's a truckload of Italian suits. Those unload fast. Mario will take the whole load. He says shipment moves Thursday, 6 a.m. Give me one good reason I should not jack this truck. Hey, don't feel bad. It's Junior's own fault. He gives us no choice except to do it again. Taking that outrageous fucking tribute? It's like not only does he shit on our heads, we're supposed to say thanks for the hat. It's not like I get somewhere playing by the rules. Fuck Tony. The books are closed. Blow me. No, that's some true shit. Come on, they're not confirming any new main guys. How come? Fucking chaos. Nobody knows who's running things anymore. Guys, they don't even know who to make payments up the ladder to in some cases. I'm talking about the year 2000, the millennium. Where do we go from here?
No. It's in your hand.
Oh, go and get yourself some more.
No. I'm full. It's good though.
You never let me feed you.
So, getting back to what we were talking about.
You want that lamp? All I know. That lamp. That's real ormolu. You know what that's worth when it's new?
Mom, we'll fix good lamp. But thank
Well,
you.
take it and take the bargain lounger. Somebody's got to take this
What the hell's Marmalou?
Otherwise, it's going to be an awful.
stuff yet. The junk man's gonna have to cut off the dump.
But you're not gonna die. Your stuff's not gonna be hauled off to the dump. But you do have to start planning for your future. You got the most rewarding chapter of your life coming up.
You know my good jewelry?
The stuff that you. Yeah, some of those pieces came right out of Cartier's window, huh? Not now. What we both want is for you to live long the way your sparklers to your grandchildren's graduation.
I gave it all to your cousin Josephine.
What the fuck, the good jewelry?
They don't have much money.
You gave a fucking cousin Cartier dinner ring. Can you give me a vibrating chair?
Your wife never showed any interest in my jewels. She never complimented me on any of it, as I can remember.
You listen to me now. Before you do any more serious damage to yourself or your grandchildren's inheritance, you're going to stop living alone right now.
I'm not going to that nursing home.
Green Grove is a retirement community. And it's more like a hotel at Captain T. Captain owns luxury hotels or something. I don't know. That's not the point. The point is, I talked to Mrs. DiCaprio over there, and she says she's got a corner suite available with a woods view. It's available now, but it's going to go fast.
Of course it's available. Somebody died.
Oh, Ma, you gotta stop. You gotta stop with this black poison cloud all the time, because I can't take it anymore.
Oh, poor you.
You know, I got problems at work. I got problems at home. I got a friend who's been diagnosed with cancer. Most parents would be grateful if their yuppie children put as much thought into this as I did.
I'm not going to that place.
Then I will go to court and I will get a durable power of attorney over you, and I will place you there.
And kill me now. Go on, go into the hair. And take the carving knife and stab me here. Here, now, please. And then let me listen to what you just said.
You know, I know seniors that are inspired.
Tony says it perfectly later. Every night to her was like a night at the opera.
I'm taking a pass. What? It's Italian suits, Christopher. There was a time in my life when being with the Tony Soprano crew was.
Where do you think he's at right here, Joe?
So what am I doing? This is some fucking note here.
What do you mean?
Oh my god.
Do you think that is that like the back of his apartment? Is that his mom's
Maybe
house?
I think it's his mom's.
Up in the organization these days is guys running off, not listening to middle management. Fuck Tony. That's a quote. We have to stick together. Why be in a crew? Why be a gangster? Hey, coach, suck my dick.
Hey, yo, you need some help over there. Okay, let's be very cool, Joe. Down out of the cab. You heard the motherfucker. Hurry up. Yo, chill. I'm a friend of Billy. You're turning the inside? Yeah, cool. No problems here. Increase the peace, that's our motto. I'm gonna take my lunch, okay? Yeah, whatever, come on. Hold up, man. You can't drop Bishop Christ. Oh, jeez. Control your shit, fool.
Oh,
Yeah, Danny, he is.
You excited about coming to look at us, hon? You will. Trust me. Look, come on, here's your stuff. Have a good time.
Yeah.
You got your own bed, your dresser. You know, when my grandmother went to live elsewhere, they weren't allowed to bring personal effects.
Dang, can she get her hair any bigger there?
Emma, you gotta sign right here.
What about Jersey?
You know, but just stares at her.
Yes. Mr. Soprano, do you have an Uncle Junior?
He tracked me down here.
Mine too.
Tell him I'll call him back.
He'll return the call. He did. Apparently it's urgent. She said he sounded upset. He'll call back. Libby, do you ever hear the old Italian saying, my urge is to go? So tempo la foglia, gelsco dienta sempre. What does that mean, Ronnie? Time and patience. Change them over and leave the rest.
I love that look. He's looking at her like, fuck you. Such a great actress.
You all right?
Yeah, sure. That's all, yeah. Make us a nice lunch.
Oh, that's a big question for Julia.
Uh-uh.
Hello? Yeah.
Yeah. Christ, I've been calling for hours. Give me a call back on an outside line. See, don't get mad. It's been a little I had nothing to do with it, just so you spit it out. Brendan did come in again. What? And the driver, you know, no, I don't know. I don't know. He caught some friendly fire or something, and he's gone. Well, what do we do, T? Now, Brendan didn't fence the load because now he's thinking maybe it was Mario who dimed us the junior last time. Hey, Tom. Sorry you have to make you Saturday like this. You boys, I'll tell you. Beautiful stuff, though. Oh, I'm so sorry. Shut up. Just so long as you realize I had nothing to do with this. Oh, Tom, that's true. He's still shut up. So, you do anything to stop it? Did you offer any guidance? What do we mean when we say leadership? Well, part of it's the prank. You know, but I'm going into the detox. Swear my mother. Brendan, shut the fuck up. You want to get me?
Honestly, I'm surprised Brendan lasted as long as he did.
What are we gonna do? What you're gonna do is you're gonna take these suits, you're gonna put them back in the truck, you're gonna go over to Family's main yard, you're gonna give them back. Ah, fuck. And then you're gonna call my uncle and you're gonna tell him when it's done. What about the dead guy? They keep on with this thing. You let a kid do it, say anything. But I think it's fun. So, what's this thing? Problem? No, I don't see you assholes putting that rack and this rack here back in the truck. My wife dropped me off this morning, and there it was. It's right in my parking spot.
My Uncle Pussy was my dad.
Oh, Uncle Pussy.
Your Uncle Pussy?
Well, I don't know what to say to that. Thanks.
It's nice and clean, too.
Oh, different keys. Way too much to hope my papers are still inside the front of here. It's a different color.
Was that paint or blood?
You paint.
Thank you, dear. I guess I'm going to be eating a little sooner than I thought.
So who's that?
Nobody. They moved his mom into a retirement community.
I did one day where the guy didn't get killed, but
Oh, the guy that was driving the truck got killed by accident.
Hey, babe.
See you later, Danny.
See you, Danny.
Did you actually lose consciousness like with the ducks?
No. Just a shortness of breath and the white spots in my field of vision.
Improvement.
Because I'm sad to put my mother away.
Sad is good. Unconscious isn't. She'll be in very good hands. You've done the best for her.
See you later, Danny. Sorry.
To me.
You have to go.
That is there. But whose choice is that?
Well, somehow that doesn't make it any better.
Can you admit to yourself that yes, you're sad, but you're very angry and full of rage?
I'm sad.
It's hard to admit that you might have feelings of hatred towards your own mother, isn't it?
You out of your tree.
Listen to me carefully. Of course you love her. What I'm trying to say is own the anger instead of displacing it. Otherwise, it defines your life. It needs to be acknowledged.
Good thing time is up. I don't want to talk to
Do
you.
you think they got the idea for Analyze This from this show?
I don't know, because they mention it in season 2. Remember when he's seeing the other guy? And he says, I've seen Analyze
At
That.
the same time.
Supposed to get his first beating of the show.
Uh-huh. Well, technically, he beat the guy in the
Oh, what do you call it?
in the pilot.
No, I'm saying he's about to get his first beating of the show.
Is that an operator? Answer. Hello? 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 Press 0. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Like how they just start dancing
Well, we
again.
were synced up real good, but now my shit just went fucking. You know what? I think I'm gonna start watching these when we do these, Jay, or on my DVDs, Joe. So even if the internet feed doesn't stay strong, I can still keep up on the show. Well, guys, that is it. Well, guys, that is episode 2, 36 long. What did you guys think of this episode?
I like that this is sort of like a true pilot to the show, because I mean the first one is obviously like the pilot of the series,
I don't want to do.
with all the differences and
When this
stuff.
Maloney kid piss on me in public.
This my mother.
I like how this one kind of introduces like
High school.
stuff going forward, storylines going
What
forward.
a sight out of mind.
I'm sorry, Joe, I couldn't hear you.
A long time to take the reins.
Just good fun. I was out
All right, say that again, Joe.
I was saying I like how this one's sort of like an unofficial pilot. Like it's the one that sets up the storylines going forward for the rest of the season. You know, like the first, obviously, like the real pilot just sets up the show as a whole. It's more about Tony's anxiety and the Melfi stuff. And then this is the episode we kind of get to know like Paulie a little bit more, Pussy a little bit more, Sil a little bit more, Chris
Right.
obviously, and it really sets things in motion. Like the whole the power struggle with, I mean, right now with Jackie as the boss, and then Junior and Tony setting that in motion.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Junior is definitely just getting peaked with his irritation.
Yeah.
Well, you Jay, what do you think?
It's a great show. I do have a question though.
Yeah.
You guys had said that there were some discrepancies between the original pilot and
this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So remember in the original pilot, Tony's already the boss. There's no Jackie April yet in the pilot.
Oh, okay, right.
So remember in this, they're talking about how Jackie's the acting boss right now, while the real boss is away in prison.
Well, they do say that in the pilot. They do say that he's the boss of North Jersey.
Yeah, but that's what
and Junior goes to him when Junior tells he's like, you might run North Jersey, but you don't run your Uncle Junior.
Yeah, but he's still the boss. They talk about it because they talk about it in when Hesh is in the club, and he says something like, your uncle's mad that you're the boss. And he says that to Tony in the pilot episode.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, originally when the pilot was written, Tony was written as the boss, and later on, in between, they decided to go with the show to start like this.
Yeah.
Why do you think they did that?
Well, when they wrote the pilot, he was actually intending on also possibly being either a movie or a miniseries. He didn't really think it was going to get picked up as like a full series.
Right.
So he kind of just put some ideas together of like, if say he was only going to make it into a 2-hour movie or say a 6-episode miniseries, he didn't really want to start out where he starts out now in the series. Like if he already had Tony established as the boss, he could have kind of started from that point on. Whereas in this season, we get to see a little bit more of the before, like the rise of Tony Soprano almost,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, well, like you said too, pilots are they're supposed to be put in a way to pique interest.
Yeah.
To encapsulate what the whole show will be. So I think
that's a good job.
And like you said, also there was a bit of a time gap with the writer's strike and all between. So they were able to go back and do a couple things different. But it's not such huge changes. It can't be,
No, it's nothing that's like, oh my god, it's, but it's still it's one of those things when you've seen it as much as we have, you kind of notice more and more because I'm just so familiar with the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, for like people who have watched it, once or twice, they might not even really notice.
Well, the next episode is only 45 minutes long.
Yep.
And it's one of my favorites of this season.
Is it?
Yeah. For a couple different reasons that we'll get into when we talk about it. But one of my favorite parts in this one is when Tony, even though he loves Christopher and he loves his family, he loves all his friends, he still looks out for himself, like one of my favorite scenes is after Tony and Brendan after Chris and Brendan give Tony the money. He's sitting back there and he takes a couple and he shoves them in his pocket.
Yeah, of course.
He's taking care of himself first. And then he says he's going to talk to Junior to get around 10, but he's already taken a couple. So.
Where are you pause at the next one? Same thing? Like
2 seconds.
Yeah.
All right, let me get there.
Give me just a second. I'm going to grab my spaghetti out of the microwave that was cooking or eating.
Good.
comfortable.
That's a lot.
Okay. I hear you. Oh, okay. Ten different ways the plot was different from the rest of the series.
There you go. Obviously, the houses too. If you notice, like in the first episode, in the pilot episode, the houses they use the real houses on location in the pilot.
I noticed that too.
Yeah.
So you don't think the house is real in the rest of it, just in the pilot?
Just in the pilot, the inside in the pilot is the real house. The rest of the show, the inside scenes are on the set. The outside scenes are out on the real house. You can tell, especially in Livia's house, because her kitchen is on the side in the pilot, but it's behind her in this episode. Like when you walk through the dining room.
Okay. What it says here is, and I noticed this as well, Tony looks and sounds different. He is a little heavier in the...
He was getting used to the Jersey accent as it goes on.
Mm-hmm.
Accent definitely changes a little. The weight gain you'll definitely notice too as it goes on. Less hair.
Good. The pork store is different.
Yep, Santani's became Satrial's.
Well, like we said too, there was a gap in between them doing the pilot and filming the. So yeah, he put on a little bit of weight in between.
Tony is narrator.
Well, see, that one doesn't make sense. I mean, because in the first one, he's not really narrating; he's talking to Melfi. You know,
who's the boss?
Exactly.
Silvio's role is different.
Yeah, Silvio is kind of just like this, like is a friend of Tony's, obviously. But notice in the pilot episode, he's not really part of the crew. Like he helps him with like the fire, but he's like, what are you guys? They're like, what are you doing here when he comes to the pork store? And then also he questions Tony. He's like, do you know a guy named Artie Bucco? As if they didn't all grow up together.
Right.
Which, you know what I mean? Which he already knew who he was.
Right.
Tony gets his hands dirty.
Yeah, in the pilot, he tends not to do that stuff later on in the show.
But Don doesn't wear shorts.
Yeah.
The casting is different.
The first season, really, because Pussy's wife is different and Sil's wife is different. Tony's Gumar is different, obviously, in the pilot episode.
Adriana is basically an extra, and I remember seeing that because she was like a server or a hostess.
Yep.
I don't even think she actually was Adriana. She's just she's just called hostess in the pilot.
Yeah.
And the last number one is the bada bing is different.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think she impressed them and they kept her on.
Interesting.
Hey, Vincent Becky.
Hey, Spices.
Hey, guys.
Well, I got it at 3 seconds.
I'm ready when you guys are.
All right, so we're going to be doing season 3 now, or season 1, episode 3. Denial, anger, acceptance.
I'm just trying to think of it.
Any forethoughts before we start?
Black? That's what I thought.
I kept trying to think of it at Mom's house.
Uh-huh. I hear you. Yeah.
I did. I just.
Okay. Minding your own business. I hear you.
You guys ready?
I am.
I am.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. So now we're back to the theme song playing before the pilot.
Yep.
Or before the episode.
When my wife and I originally watched this series, we used to skip this every time because there was a thing on HBO where you could skip the intro.
Really?
Yeah.
You still can. It just gave me that option. I let it go. You know, I always wondered in this because Tony's driving back from New York in this. Okay.
Yep.
He's coming back from New York City back into Jersey. What do you think it is that he was doing over there?
I just always assumed he was with Johnny Sack.
I figure he's doing something, but I just wondered what it was.
Yeah, I just for some reason it's like even like I never really thought about it. I just subconsciously pictured him being with Johnny Sack. Like in a meeting.
It's Jason.
You okay, Jerry?
Mm-hmm. It's sore. Pizza Land.
I love those houses. We have some towns out here where the houses are like that, like the older houses, you know, like built back in like 1800, early 1900s.
Should have just rang the doorbell, Brandon. Come on. Hey, yo! Yeah, yo! What are you doing? We found this book on the side of the road. I think some kids, I don't know, there might be some transmission trouble. You might want to check it out. Yeah. Hey, that's the truck. Hey, what are you doing with the truck, asshole? It's a gift from Tony Soprano.
Is it that guy in there?
Those are the fucking guys that killed Peck. I should have made a big score in my whole year. Listen, you fuck. Uncle Julia's been breaking Tony's balls because you hijacked that truck. You're lucky Tony doesn't put the cab up your ass.
What else did Tony say?
The first times we see Christopher really do drugs.
There was some stuff missing from the truck, but he didn't give a fuck.
No, he did in the last episode.
I mean, like hardcore shit, like weed. He was smoking a little weed, but
Tony?
because that becomes a big thing in this. Him, you know, his drug
I
problem.
remember he goes, yeah, I remember that.
You know, I've never had Pellegrino.
Really?
Mm,
I drink it all the time.
it's water.
Go figure, right?
Mhm.
Did your grandma always have that? Pellegrino?
I'm trying to see what his soup is in his reflection. I think it's minestrone,
Looks like.
but I can't really totally tell.
Minestrone.
I don't think he gained that much weight. He still looks pretty good in this first season.
As it goes on, he definitely gets bigger.
Oh, as the show goes on, yeah.
Mm.
But I mean, that's to be expected. You get bigger when you get older, you know? Or at least some of us do. Joe just a skinny bitch the rest of his life.
Oh, I remember that little gallery in Provincetown.
That is a special made
Same thing
psychological,
with Bill, skinny fuckers.
like that. That what do you call it? Test.
Rorschach.
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 I think I want.
Rorschach.
What does that picture say to you?
It says, hey, asshole, we're from Harvard, and what do you think of this spooky, depressing barn and this rotted out tree we put here?
It's depressing and scary to you?
Not to me. But it's got that built right into it.
How are things?
Good. Had a real good week. Friend of mine's in the hospital. It's never pleasant, but otherwise I'm having a good week.
What's he in for?
First I thought it was an ulcer. Then they understand that.
You worried about it?
Jackie. Jackie's so fucking mean, he'll scare that cancer away.
Your friend has cancer.
Let me shoot you up. I bet you don't have a bear in your face and you do some bullshit.
This is a good hospital, sweetheart. Nothing like that's gonna happen here.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you. Only one time.
I would have slapped his ass too.
And he's got much work to do. Hey, somebody on the bed, you what? Hey, I want to take
I like that Heshy's involved in this scene.
see it down in Hey, you don't think I should bring the fire station? Maybe those guys want to use the question.
Exactly.
I know.
Yeah, play the Brazil.
You're not going to want to get grabbed with this thing? See that?
You're joining my love.
Well, hey, come on, until I sit back the fucking truck. Now give me that quarter minute of peppers of yours.
Oh, thank God he left. A nice guy, but he's like the Grim fucking Reaper. Like he knows every day with a fucking cancer center. I can't wait to tell you.
You might be a candidate for clinical trials. These, some therapies are quality. Listen, you know, I get on the cancer talk. Get the fuck out of here.
Trust me, you've got to break things, George. That's what I got to deal with.
Jules, that's right. Jules, something. Tony, what I can tell you? Oh, no problem. Don't tell them to speak for everyone.
Not you. The black clothes and the curls and everything. They're cool.
I see them, but I don't believe them.
Hey, Mr. Bones.
Hey, Mr. Bones.
Hey, Bones.
I don't mean something about black people. I don't mean 50% of these old top.
Is that the man's it, right?
Yeah.
You know about this shit?
Look, trust me. You don't want to do business. So there's 25 lumber and if we can get in this week. You know, there's an old saying amongst Jews. When a Jew gets a divorce, even the gold dish is kids. And then you guys, let's go get it.
Yeah, you know what I think you're right.
I like how that sets up for some future stuff too, you know?
Yep.
It's because they get the hotel, they can use it for the executive poker game.
Yep.
You know, a whole bunch of other stuff.
That crap you offered was medicine under guilty. Huge merits. We're really exhausted from setting traffic tickets. We're up past 2. Are you familiar? No. Although why did schedule the SAPs the same week as our recital? He was dead. What? We keep that conference speakers and there goes our best extracurricular. Goodbye, birthday. Hello, last dance week. I cannot wait. The whole North American landmass is to meet and to meet for now. New Jersey roads. I want to go to Berkeley so bad. Who is? I can't deal anymore. We don't sleep till after the SATs. Don't mind the mess. I wasn't expecting the company. I couldn't wait. I had to see them in the house.
What's going on?
Downstairs. Loving. Yeah. I love the coziness.
Mr. Bones, yeah, I would watch you gotta watch the series first.
Sometimes Carmella is such a.
We don't
I don't mean to be, and sometimes she can be very high and mighty. At least she forgets where she came from sometimes, you know.
So this Biardi will go.
Hey, come here now.
This looks good. It needs a little work, but we'll get there. Listen, you need some startup cash, you know, until the insurance settlement on the restaurant comes.
Insurance. There'll be a time president before
I think the girl that got to play her in the movie was pretty good. She looked a lot like her, you know.
Yeah, I think so too.
She's wearing Tony's Letterman jacket.
What do they think you're bobbed up? You're working stiff for Christ's sake.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, I'm glad you liked it, Mr. Bones.
I mean, it's not mandatory that you watch the whole series, but I really think you should.
I think it. I mean, if you want to enjoy it to the fullest, I would definitely watch the series first.
Him?
It's not deep.
I can always be a plum.
Oh, no.
Only one concept I'm asked. Shit runs down here.
Yes, it
Shows
does.
nobody though.
Come on, come in the kitchen and buy you.
Yeah, Kenny and Company's awesome.
I love the little tiny cups.
The title is my collection. Please, have a seat. Thank you.
Here you go. Here's Maury from Goodfellas. Maury's Wigs.
How are you? This is my son. Does he have a name? What do we have to give him? Oh, I'm sorry. He's still a...
You know the story about my daughter and her husband?
Yeah, you know. Do you have a daughter, Mr. Soprano? Yes.
Well, he doesn't have to wear a wig in this one. He can cover it with his hat.
What would you
Yep.
do if your daughter was abused by her husband? Don't you? Yeah, and won't be hammered.
I think you understand my anger. He's not only harming my daughter, but he's mocking our laws of marriage.
Look, let's understand each other from the get-go, okay? I'm in the carton and waste management business. I'm only here because I'm a friend of Silvio's, you're a friend of Silvio's. You may be having a family problem. If I can do it, it'll make me happy. But
I
you're
think it's funny that they have Campbell's soup there in the thing.
The Congoing dude. Isn't it Zugen dude? He's engaged in the name, and the cryptic biz, then Hondo. And Zugen, this dude. Please finish.
But I do understand you're being shaken down for 50% of your motel. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah, and the Rabbi Goon squad, they used to
Mind
slap
you,
something
Adrian.
around to get the divorce.
Do you have
Especially this is by the DA's office.
You want mine?
All right, 25%. He wants 50, we get 25. I don't understand. That's because I'm not talking.
I'm gonna get she went today.
Give me what I want.
Charlene. Yeah.
You have
Oh, he's wearing his neck brace.
What these people in the almost help and you never get them out.
That's a commercial, isn't it?
That's a commercial.
Julio, before lunch, I want you to go betting in your court. And this, half hour. And no cervezas, please.
Oh, that's funny.
What happened?
Yes.
Charlene decided at the last minute to go visit my dad.
Where we are?
Well, there's also the pen that you were built to like.
And
And what is this, the Catskills? Shaky green we got here. We want to call it.
Shaky green.
he had
Oh, I'm sorry, he's not.
We know we're not here, but
a shine,
we want to talk to you about.
Silvio also gets bigger as the show goes along.
Charlene said,
Still promise you.
He's really thin
Yeah.
in this first.
where did you get that shiner?
But
He pointed at Ann and said she's got a hell of a right hook.
So get out of here.
He was cracking out at himself. I bet Cindy's going to answer that and
Are
say,
you bragging this?
That's what she did.
Listen. You couldn't possibly understand what's going on.
she said she's,
Shlomo is
they were getting ready to leave and she said,
under control.
let's get a picture before I go.
Look, I know him since before I had hair on my
He
face.
grabbed that neck
I
thing and
made
said,
this.
let me put my neck around him.
Flyer is the car rental drop off the business breakfast. It was me, not him.
This guy just died recently.
And he goes,
Did he really?
He died in February.
What of?
Just
Um,
you embarrassed?
melanoma, I think.
Listen to me, you weirdo fuck. You give Shlomo whatever the fuck you want, and you forget this 50% shit.
Oh, you dreidel fuck.
Nothing. You understand me? Nothing. Fuck
Beat
you.
him with-
Oh,
well,
say fucking Paulie, huh? That's how they say nothing. Fuck that. This is how I say nothing. I'm not for nothing.
Probably not.
You fundraise at the pediatric hospital and hire Arthur Charlene to carry it.
Come on, let's fundraise. Since when we open our house to strangers?
Oh, you're right. Let's just move back to Italy. We'll live in a little hill town just like our ancestors.
So when later on, he talks about how they do this open house thing every year, right? In the season. So what exactly is an open house?
Oh, Charlene. Trying to find nice new
Party? You get people together for a party?
Not bad.
Well, apparently, I think it's a fundraiser, and they serve food and they try to get donations for the fundraiser.
Yeah, at this one, but later on in one of the later seasons,
Would have been awesome.
or it's in, or later on in the season, they do this thing. They say they do an open house that they do every year, and then because his mom was like saying she wasn't going to come or whatever,
Right.
and so
Yeah, fun
But in this, he's like, since when do we open our house up to strangers? So is an open house just like friends you have, or?
Your parents know you
Yeah.
hate like statutory? Yeah, they don't care. Just take them over.
I think it's opened up to like donors and stuff. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have friends, but just anybody.
Start sleeping this. It's over. We still have 6 more copies. And can you keep the decibel level down, please? For my husband.
I don't remember the name of the little boy band there on the poster.
Serious,
But my sister had that same little poster.
Double.
This budget, we can do 3 ladies for the guest hors 2 for the champagne. And such a load on the husband made his whole party ending with 6s and 7s. Pediatric hospital is such a worthy corner in our Una! There is fingerprints all over the brake front. I want this place to sparkle.
That's a different maid than the other one too.
Please get in the car, sir. Like the cop would be called this asshole, sir, if the fucking cameras weren't around. I saw this anyway.
So then why don't you call Tony, so you can call Junior and see if we can change your fucking channel.
Get that, will you, babe?
Sure. I'm the only one who has to go to work around here.
Yeah, restaurant hostess, real tough work.
It's a little cousin. Hey.
What are you doing here?
Yeah, hello to you.
And Hunter, what are you doing?
I'm surprised an apartment has a doorbell.
You want a soda or something?
Every apartment I've ever lived in, I've never had one with a doorbell.
Just kidding.
I've had ones with buzzards from like below, you know.
So what do you want, man?
I think you want something from me.
In your dreams, Brendan.
So if you don't want something, what do you want?
I'm throwing him down the steps. Don't think it's me.
What do you mean, cop?
Scores. Right there. I want to score some crystal.
Yeah, you got one. Shut up. You ain't giving them shit.
I'm not.
How about for starters, your father put a bullet in my head? Since when do you take speed anyway?
She doesn't. I need to study for exam.
Yeah, right. Hunter needs it. Forget about it. No fucking way.
What? You just crazy function, Hunter. Fine. Just thought I'd ask you before we went down to Jefferson Avenue.
Those Mulignans will rob you, rape you, and leave you on the side of the road.
I don't know what you say.
Money. What do you think?
Favorite friend? Not my only one.
What does that mean? What does it say about me?
Bye.
Bye, guys. You can't let it go down to Jefferson Avenue. We'll sell her eggs.
She's not gonna go down, man. She's just trying to get me to give her some speed.
Isn't it better if she gets the poison that's floating around?
Kids, you think you can protect them? Well, you can't.
As the witnesses approach us, the
You want that egg sugar?
Hey,
I like this plot.
it's so late.
Yeah, me too.
It's the hell full of shot.
Where is he?
The emergency room will come up.
So, whatever happened with the Jew at the hotel?
We reached out to him. He wasn't receptive. They're going to that. Hello?
I love too how she's wearing like an older fashioned nurse's uniform,
Yeah.
and all the other regular nurses are like in regular like new age uniform.
Out of this bed all day.
I'm sorry, I just need to check some things.
Hey, what are you?
Fine.
Look at these flowers.
Get Tony in the background.
Yeah, he's just pretending he doesn't see what's going on over here.
Damn.
It's not a party. Hands are billed.
Relax, Mr. Freedom. Time to stop.
The sad part is that's the only time we see Jackie happy.
Yeah.
That was nice of you to have fun.
Yeah.
Cuffs medicals. You're a doctor. What do you think? About Jackie?
I'd have to know more about his condition.
I told you about his condition. He's got cancer.
What kind of cancer?
It's in the intestines. There was a tumor, and they took it out. It's recurred.
But you said he might go home. They're not operating?
What's next to something vital?
I see.
You see,
From what you tell me, it doesn't sound very good.
but what I'm telling what the fuck do I know? I'm not a doctor.
You're angry. You're with.
I know the way they have this lit because they're using the light source from the window. The way this house is shaded, it makes his nose look like a bull nose. Like a bulldog.
Every last hair on his head, he's got a beautiful head of hair. So don't tell me about how it sounds, because you don't know me. You don't know me, and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
What's happening is we're getting closer to you confronting your true feelings about what's really going on here.
Wait a minute. I just told you what the truth feelings. Why didn't you tell me what's really going on?
The tree in the painting, write it out, you said? There's nothing in that picture to indicate that.
You fucking painting. I knew that was a fucking scale. I knew that.
The dark hole, which is on another evening. What happened to the tree that flooded out?
Trees, ducks. What the fuck are you, Major Rick? I think you're lying to you while you're pulling scams on them. Fuck you.
Uh-huh. 37 decades. 13 May. What's the pediatric?
Ranger Rick.
This may be the only scene in this entire show where Christopher's wearing jeans.
Jean says they shouldn't be too
It might be.
auction.
If anyone ever finds out you got this from me,
Yes.
look at me. This is no joke.
And I don't think Tony ever does.
We get along, but I don't think you want to see me dead.
I gotta go hunter. You're the best.
Hey,
He wears shorts, but he only ever wears jeans.
okay, I'm no drug dealer. I just don't want to see you get poisoned. You know,
God, doesn't anyone ever knock?
That GVSB poster, whatever that is.
Rather die in the lab with it.
My sister had that same poster.
You got to ask for that child, you understand me?
Hey, the guy asked me to do him a favor. I did it. That's it.
I don't remember who they are or what it is. But
I went and study.
Two goombas from the old neighborhood. What? They think they're gonna name the Soprano wing and the new hospital with the bulletproof glass.
You know what I think? I think you're just jealous of their money.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, explain to me this. The guy offers us 2 tickets to the Caribbean and a pure friendship for me. You won't take it because they take it. But for some snob-ass party, it's all right. I take his money to clean his toilets.
First of all, Arthur, this is a paying job and not some cruise. And why do you always have to exaggerate? You're not
I
clean.
love when him and Tony are talking in the thing and they start fighting.
You don't mind that? I'll be some money for a new place to go. Look at that face.
Oh, well, Arthur, don't tell me that you took money from Tony Soprano.
How is it different? How is it different? I'm a chef. I need a place to cook.
How? I'm giving Camilla my support, that's how. And it's for a very reputable cause. But to have that man as a partner, trust me, Artie, that would be insane. It would be the end of everything.
At least to make the judge. Name me another fucking person who offered us anything except the
You
Sopranos.
want to watch what you're doing? You're squeezing the quail.
Squeezing the quail.
Charlie, air conditioning? It's going okay though, I think. What you think? Do you like the food? Who knows? I was so busy schmoozing, I barely had a bite. You are not going to miss those little deals from honest. Charmaine! Charmaine!
Oh,
Their exchange with this guy is one of my favorites too.
Hmm.
Can't you just have only strangers in my house? Why'd you invite them?
I love this.
Yeah, I know, me too.
Try one of these.
So Artie's like one of the only ones who can get away with this shit. You know?
Yeah.
Like this.
Even in the movie, they get into a fist fight, you know?
That's what I mean. That's why I love that they do that in the movie. It's like they've been close for so long that he's the only one who lets get away with the shit.
It's like losing one. Sometimes I lay in bed. Opposite. Say enough already. Don't you forget about the past. Look to the future, okay? I am sick of hearing about your fucking restaurant. Shut up! I'm gonna use the first fucking
I love how it sticks to Tony. Whatever Tony just throws at him just kind of bounces off Arthur's bald dome. And then here we have both wives seeing it. One is disgusted, even though you don't see her face,
Hmm.
tell. And one thinks it's sweet, you know. You know, Charmaine is such a bitch. I think she's the jealous one, honestly.
I love later on when she's like all made up and she has her tits like right in Tony's face.
Right,
She's like,
right.
in this FBI there and shit.
Well, you know, she tells Carmela at the end of this episode about her and Tony in high school.
Yeah.
I think that she honestly wishes she was in Carmela's shoes. And that's why she has such a hatred towards Tony now. You know? I don't think it has anything to do with the mafia.
Guys are both.
I think it's cold.
careful.
Wally, you don't kill this thing. We should put him to work.
And here's the first time we ever see
The real Irina.
the real, or the permanent.
Hello. Tony. Sorry to bother you down there. This thing isn't working out the way we hoped. You know, we're friend with the 20 seconds. All right, don't send him on the phone. Sir? I'm coming down. Shit. I gotta go.
Так что приехал. You just got in here.
Hey, I know, but I gotta go.
Ты всегда уходишь, но почему же нельзя остаться?
Him and them fucking paintings.
What's that paint mean to you?
Just reminds me of David Hockey.
Now, when she says David Hockey, does she mean David? What's his name from Baywatch?
Hasselhoff.
David
Hasselhoff?
Hasselhoff. Is that who she means?
I have no idea.
I think it is. I've always thought it's a beach thing with a chair and a beach scene.
What, are you fucking kidding me? You know, most guys I know would be happy to live their life. I try to explain the reality, see it? This guy is a fucking you. To this principle. I think we gotta. That's why we called you. Look, I promised to fight him, I wouldn't. I know what else to do.
This is one of my favorite scenes. I love this.
So you're a stupid motherfucker, you know that?
You're looking at him? That's it.
What are you trying to
Mm-hmm.
You killed me in a Dallas office at the Shlomo's house. Either way, they'll be get us restitution.
You really would let me kill you, wouldn't you? You sick fuck.
You ever heard of this song? For 2 years, 900 Jews held their own against 15,000 Roman soldiers. Just that.
Did I ever get you a drink? You want one? Still.
The Romans
We got that.
Remember that?
Yeah.
You're looking at the asshole.
Do you want Pepsi?
I love that.
Thanks.
That's why I included it in the trailer.
I don't give a shit about that. Hold on.
Yeah.
I'll give my girl a show because she's a friend. I gotta tell you something. I'm tapped out. This guy wants three. Didn't I tell you?
Well, this may be the first time I ever noticed really that there was a dog there.
This guy's looking at the ship like nothing I've ever seen.
Here's a thought. Maybe he's willing to go to the world to come, but he's stuck here on this earth. And the one thing that no man wants to go through life without.
What? Oh. That's a fucking brilliant idea.
Think like a move out there. Finish his wrist.
Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Oh no.
There we go.
Not the breasts.
Really? Yep. But it was the food mainly. Everybody raved about it. Cynthia Ricci said, "Oh, I just love those little rice balls that she never found to me before." Really, Lily, there was kind of time without you. It just meant so much to me, just having you here. You know, it just made so much fun for me.
This scene, in my opinion, shows the way a lot of women really are. They act like friends, but they always seem to backbite each other no matter what.
It may not seem like it right now, but you guys will get that kind of treat again. So see, Camilla, I'm fine where I am. Sorry. Camilla,
Okay.
I never was going to tell you this. It happened so long ago. You and Tony, you weren't even married. It's probably silly for you to even bring it now.
Oh boy.
You were down at the show with your parents that summer. You and Tony were on the outs. He called me. He did. One thing led to another. We started dating each other. And Camilla, I slept with him. You slept with Tony? Really? It wasn't for me. Camilla, what I'm trying to say is something. He doesn't. I mean, we both
Yeah.
know because I'm fine with mine.
She's just trying to get back at Carmela for having a little bit of a superior attitude.
Yeah, but it fucking works because Carmela mentions it to Tony like 2 years later.
Oh, I know. It works. Believe it, I know.
I'd like for you to consider discussing. No, I don't need that. It's a hard workout. Oh, what you think? Guy trying to pull some bullshit, Tony.
Hey, G Top. The guy gave me shit, didn't he?
You scared him, ripped him again, Christian. But business that brought him around. You wanted 50%. You wanted 25%. So I split the difference. 15%. Here's my daughter is divorced. It's business.
Yeah, one probation on that.
Yes. Listen, don't worry.
Does your thing feel dry enough?
Yeah, it's fine.
Feel considerable trouble. As the Talmud says,
I don't give a shit what he says, okay? Now you listen to me. You want to give your son-in-law 50% of the motel? You go ahead. It comes out of your end. And we got you your get. You get us on 25%. Got it?
my son was right. Yeah, you mud. Godless clay.
Godless clay, put your fist to your head.
What the fuck is a god?
That wall.
The monster, Frankenstein.
Get the fuck out of here. I take that asshole son of yours and shove up your ass.
I love that later on too in season 2 when they're getting ready to have the executive game or whatever, and he tells them, Furio tells dude, "You ever suck his dick?"
Yeah.
And she's like, like you ain't getting nothing out of our arrangement.
Got some good news. For the motel business. Stay like that.
business.
Well, I'm 2.7.
What I said earlier about that being the only time we saw him happy, that's not totally true because when they do those flashback scenes, we see him a little bit.
Yeah, on Christmas and stuff.
But
Yeah.
I'm talking about like his, when he's alive.
I'm trying to learn how to stay focused. He's more good at rocking than praying. I'm trying to get his pants off.
That's the thing with them, so I get
Yeah, call him.
Lord Jackie.
Good, here's his reasons.
Olivia, you look twice as old as me.
So what's really on your mind, Corona?
This Christopher Milton's hunting.
Christopher, what about him?
Him and his little friend, they're slapping me in the face, and they're hiding behind Tony.
Well, Tony always loved Christopher like a son. And so do I, Junior. He put up a kilometers from you.
I love this too. Because she's telling them, "Don't hurt Chris," but the other one, who cares?
Yeah.
But what do I do?
It's like when Tony
Him and his
tells
homie-
her, if you would have been born before those feminists, you would have been the real gangster.
How do I
Yep.
go for
She's fucking boss.
a friggin' match under that hot-headed son of yours?
Maybe Christopher could use a little talking too. You know. The other one,
She's like, eh.
And she knows exactly what she's saying. I don't care what she says.
Yeah, she does exactly.
She knows exactly what she's telling him.
You got a lot of sense for an old guy.
no. I'm a babbling idiot. That's why my son put me in a nursing home.
He didn't even care I was there. Just him and that fucking cancer. It's like he's already gone. Somebody called me a Frankenstein today. It's a scene.
He almost seems happy about that. Like, really?
He says they're out there. They got their beliefs. And I'm afraid of that. At least this one guy wasn't.
Maybe they have to believe because they are afraid.
I'm not afraid of death. Not if it's for something. You know, a war, something like that. A reason. But Jackie sees strong, beautiful man. Just withering away to nothing. He can do nothing about it.
I like it when Tony has these really honest, insightful moments.
Can't fight it.
Do I need their seeds and their beliefs?
All the shit's for nothing. If all the shit's for nothing, what do I gotta think about?
That's the mystery. The mystery of God, or whatever you want to call it. Why we're given the questionable gift of knowing that we're going to die. I feel like nothing's time. I think lacking humanity, lacking human feeling.
That's for you, keep that. Tim, for the all right?
Something I feel bad about. Poor Chris never got to eat his ice cream.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I wanted to fix up. If I didn't get to it, you would have watched that difference happen. You come, Tony, they would have been here. They would have raised her. I don't want to now. I'm sorry. Listen to me. I was trying to save her. Listen to me. You're speaking it. Don't sue me. Don't sue.
Shit himself.
I probably would too.
They always heard this song on the radio around Christmas time, and I always think of this fucking episode.
Yeah.
The Christmas song.
I never hear it.
Yeah, they play it like at Christmas time for like they play Christmas music. I always think of this.
Bye, Jack. Bye, Jack.
I've long since wondered if that, whatever that is, that callus or corn or bunion or whatever it is on his foot, if
The
that
blister?
was real or if they put it on there.
The blister, yeah.
Yeah.
I like how that scene's kind of very like Godfather-esque. Like, like Tony's at this family sort of thing, and
Kind of like the end of, the
the end of
Godfather.
Godfather, yeah, with the baptism.
Sorry for what you've done. You should
That's it.
never been playing
I
with
really like the music they use in these shows.
Well, there is a line that you must do, and it'll soon be time. But it's dark, and then you know those complications.
Yeah, this episode has some of my favorite moments from the first season. We get the Brendan Falone hit. We get to, we get to see them talking to that guy, but and him almost getting his Johnson cut off.
Mm-hmm.
What about you guys? Jay, any thoughts on this episode?
I just thought it was cool.
I love the Tony and Jackie stuff in this episode too. Like you see Tony really affected by like the loss of his one of his closest friends, and
Right.
I always like you said, I always like seeing that side of Tony. I mean, even the it's a funny scene, but like when he has the stripper come in, even though it's like it's a stripper and stuff, like it's literally this nice gesture on Tony's part just to try to cheer his friend up. It's
Yeah,
like
at least in their own minds, it's something they do as a
exactly
friendship.
like he's trying to hang on as long as he can to like give him one last show. You know.
That's
Yeah, and that too is like I think that's why it hurts him even more, and it does hurt him. I think even though he's pissed at the time, he doesn't think about it until later. But I think it does hurt him when the guy calls him a Frankenstein because
Yeah.
Tony doesn't see himself that way. He knows that he loves things.
And you see that later on. I mean, in season 2, like with everything with Beansy, like when he forces Beansy to take the 50 grand, and it's
Right.
like he always feels like he has to do like a good gesture to make up for something shitty that he does.
Right.
That makes sense.
Well, for those of you that are still with us, if there anybody is, thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciate it. We'll be back next month on Joe's channel to do episodes 4 and 5.
Meadowlands in College. College is my favorite episode of the series.
Really?
It is, yeah.
It's a good episode. It's definitely a good episode. I like Meadowlands a lot too because, well, I don't want to give everything away for the episode. The people that don't know that might watch it in between or may watch it later. But we get so much going on with Jackie April, and then with what happens with Tony and Junior. So much in there, and so much unfolds in that episode.
Yeah.
So, well, everybody, we really appreciate you joining us. Thank you very much. We'll talk to y'all again soon, and we'll see you next month on Slash Bros on Sopranos. Peace out.
See you, everyone.
Yeah.